How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. Oh, mate, I'll tell you something. That was a tough 90 minutes watch. That was difficult. But we get to that point in the season right now where sometimes performances don't really matter. 3 points is all that matters. And that was very much that kind of game. And I think that when you've had the week that we've had, losing the 2 games that we have, it could be very difficult to get yourself going. And there were moments in the game where we looked really good and the game seemed quite easy at times, but we were just lacking any kind of finishing in the final third. It was just so poor. And even the first goal we scored through Trossard, it's a complete and utter miss kick, and it's flown into the top corner. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to sit there and not be happy about it, but just before half time, that was the perfect time to score. And, I thought maybe in the second half we'll come out and we'll be a little bit, more forward thinking and maybe get a couple more goals, because Wolves, they were missing so many players. And then it was a really, really hard slog in that second half. And don't get me wrong, I can't really think of Wolves doing anything, but at 1-0, you're always edgy. You're always nervy. You're always wondering whether something could happen. Because if we do slip up and we drop any more points, then the title race is fully, well and truly, without a doubt, over. We already need a favour. We need Man City to draw or lose a game somewhere. So, look, listen, given the week we've had and everything, and when you pull it into context, it's a good win. Topped off by Martin Odegaard, to relax things for the final couple of minutes. And then ironically, Martinelli went through as well right at the end, and it was a really poor shot, but he could have, made the scoreline look even better, and that would have helped the goal difference some more. But overall, like I said, when you pull it into the context of what it is, this was one of the fixtures we'd have looked at and gone, away from home, Wolves, they're a good side, they've caused a lot of problems, and, they've beaten Man City at Molineux, and it's difficult. But we got the job done, and we got the 3 points, and that is, at this time of the season, the most important thing. That's also our 6th away game in the Premier League without conceding a goal. That is a staggering statistic, and it shows the consistency of how good we are defensively. And despite being so good defensively, at 1-0, like I was saying, you still worry, you still think, oh no, is there something going to happen? Will there be a moment? Or, but there wasn't, and we got the job done, and I thought it was very, very comfortable. I thought Raya's handling was very good. I thought Saliba and Gabriel were immense. I don't like Kiwior at left back. It's as simple as that. I felt that Jesus was poor. Trossard, I know he scored the first goal, but overall, poor. Saka worked hard, but end product, poor. And it just wasn't kind of clicking in the final third. But again, you take the 3 points at this point in the season. You can play fancy football and look pleasing on the eye and win 2-0, or you can battle it out and win 2-0. I know what we would like to watch, but the end result is the same. It's a win, it's 3 points, it's 2 goals. We just move on. And of course, we've got Chelsea next, the rearranged game. They played in the FA Cup semi-final today as well, and they lost to Man City. When you look at the chances that Chelsea actually had, don't know how they lost. Well, I do. His name's Nicholas Jackson, but it was just, yeah, one of those. We got it done, and like I said, we got to move on to the game Tuesday. We go back top of the league. We are 1 point clear of Man City. That now puts the pressure on Liverpool. How are they going to handle that tomorrow? Any points drop, from Liverpool, and I think that's them out of the race, done. So that's the kind of pressure you're under at the moment. And it's, it's staggering, isn't it? That we could win our last 5 games, for example. And of the turn of the year, I'm trying to think how many games there's been at the moment since the turn of the year. It might be 11 games or something like that, or 12 games. Let's say it's 12, and then there's another 5. We could have, if we win our last 5, for example, just speaking hypothetically, but of 17 games, we could have won 15, drawn 1 and lost 1. And it still may not be enough to win the title. That's staggering. And that shows the kind of level you have to be at to win the title against this absolute freak of a team called Man City. Absolutely mad. I need to actually have a look at that, Let me have a look just to see, because I was just thinking about that. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on a minute. How many games have we played since the turn of the year in 2024? Right, let's have a look. Okay, so our first game back in January, Premier League wise anyway, was Crystal Palace. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and today was 13. 13. So with 13 matches, we have won 11, drawn 1, and lost 1. One of the victories was against Liverpool, and one of the defeats was against Villa, and the draw was Man City away, of course. So that's 13 games with 5 to go. So that could be 18 games. So if we won those last 5, hypothetically speaking, of 18 games, we could have won 16, drawn 1, and lost 1, and still not won the league. Let that sink in for a moment. 55 points out of a possible 60 we could get. We haven't, but we could. That's mad. That's mad. Listen, yeah, look, we got the job done. Like I said, we moved to Chelsea on Tuesday. We've got to go into that game and, win, and then put more pressure on Man City. Like I said, we could go 4 points clear. And the saying at the moment, and it's always been the saying, is, you'd rather points on the board than games in hand. So if we can go 4 points clear of Man City, it may just put a little bit of pressure on them, and it may just make things a little bit more difficult. We can only try, can't we? So listen, there we go. That is it for the preview. Oh, it's not even a preview, is it? I can't even think straight. That game has drained the life out of me. It's the match reaction. But yeah, look, listen, it's 2-0. We move back top of the league. And yeah, all is good. Few days rest, and then we go back against Chelsea. It's simple. So if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.